a couple minutes behind. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry, we're running a little bit behind. If you could just give me a shout saying that you can hear us okay, I'd appreciate that.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Coming in loud and clear.
Great, thank you. Just give me one second.
I think the video is frozen unless you're all just very, very still.
What's going on? It's frozen. The video is frozen. Okay.
Video frozen for me too. Chairman Schenkel, your video is still frozen to us on Zoom. Can you hear us from Zoom?
We can hear you. We were trying to get the video fixed.
Okay,
We're probably not going to be able to show the video
okay.
this evening. I'm sorry.
We can see Commissioner Lee and looks like Commissioner Strauss next to him.
Yes.
Yay. And Schenkel,
Go ahead, Nancy.
I have my hand up again. Hi, Lieutenant. Great to see you again.
Hey, Ms. Nancy, how are you? Great to see you again as well.
I am good. I was privileged to be the only citizen to show up for your walkabout, so that was fun. All the attention. Is there any further update on the shooting that was November 2nd that was probably nightclub related?
Yes.
Question one. And question two, my block, which is the 1300 block of L and the 1300 block of Massachusetts, bounded by 14th L in Massachusetts. We had a huge fire and police presence this morning. Is there any word on what that was? Traffic was snarled for a really long time.
You said there was a huge fire and police presence this morning?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure what that was, but I can get back to you. There was nothing significant that was brought to my attention in that area. So, but I can definitely find that out. And as far as the shooting, that case is still open. It's still being investigated at this time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Ms. Grove.
All right. Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any other questions? Commissioner Garvin, thank you so much. Lieutenant Garvin, thank you so much for your report and an update for us. And happy holidays.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy holidays to you and everyone. Please stay safe and stay vigilant. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll move forward with MPD 1. I think I saw Captain Harback on here a minute ago.
Yeah. I'm not in a place where I can turn on video. This is Burnett. Can you hear me?
Whoops, I'm sorry.
You're breaking up, Captain
We're having
Herbert.
all kinds of drama here this evening. I am so sorry.
No problem. Let me see if I can get to a better spot. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. I don't have too much to discuss other than what Lieutenant Garvin, he did mention that we've had a lot of stuff going on the Chinatown side, including the holiday market. So you may have noticed an increased presence of some resources down there. We have overtime working whenever that holiday market is open. And I'm very happy to say that neither during the concerts nor during the holiday market have we had any of the incidents, including some of the more concerning concerts like the Rod Wave concert, where we were expecting some issues because other jurisdictions we had 0 incidents. So I really thank 2D for their partnership and Metro Transit for working with us. We've been able to kind of go off without a hitch the last couple of months with a pretty busy season for Capital One with the Wizards, the Capitals, and then concerts as well. And then the holiday market is doing really well. The one concern that we do have, and this is a first district and DC district wide issue, is we have seen an uptick in robberies involving certain apparel. So some of you may be familiar with the Canada Goose jackets and the Moose Knuckle jackets. Those are kind of high-end winter apparel. We have seen a number of robberies in the first district involving those, where they're specifically targeted, we believe, because of that apparel they're wearing. So we're just asking people who choose to wear that just to be extra vigilant. Call 911 if you see suspicious vehicle or persons. Make sure that you can also text us at 50411 if you have any issues. And hopefully those robberies will move in the right direction. I am happy to say overall for the year, First District has a 49% reduction in violent crime, with majority of that percentage, almost 48% of that percentage, attributed to robbery decrease, and Chinatown leading the way in the First District as far as reduction in violent crime. So I'm very happy to announce that.
We're having some issues.
Sorry about that. Where did I last leave off?
Is that you?
I can't hear anybody.
Thomas,
there?
mute if you're trying to say something.
What's that?
I was saying to Thomas that he's on mute because I saw him speaking, but
Okay. Well, is there anybody, while they're figuring out the in-person, is there anybody online that has any questions for me? All right. Well, I'll just stay online. That was really the end of what I had to say. Chinatown Hub has been working strong, so I'll just wait till the library gets back online.
Thank you.
Can anyone hear us? Anyone hear us?
Sorry, my cat.
I can hear you. Yep. So it's a slight echo.
Okay, folks. Hold on here. Where are we projecting from? Are you on?
I'm muted.
Oh, you have to shut you have to shut your speaker off.
Yeah, speaker's off.
Oh, the speaker is off. We,
Speaker's on and your laptop is on.
but it shouldn't be broadcasting.
Is your speaker off?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I am so sorry. Hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry that this is happening. I I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we apparently have some issues with the Wi-Fi in the library. So I apologize for that. We're trying to get some things fixed here. I'm not sure where you left off, Captain Harback. Hernback.
Can you hear me still?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have much more to add, just that Chinatown was leading the way in the robbery reduction overall for the first district, and the Chinatown hub has been working hard, making inroads with the local businesses. And you may have noticed we had the drug-free zone earlier in the month that has been completed, and we have several drug-related arrests, but no crimes of violence related in that drug-free zone. So I'm available for any questions, of course.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, I apologize to everyone about our tech issues this evening. Forgive me. But I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have other questions? Any community members' questions? Are there any questions from our online participants this evening? All right. Thank you so very much and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays. Thank you, everybody. Have a safe holiday.
Thank you. I promise we'll get this fixed.
No problem
Or
at all.
try to.
Thanks.
Okay. Do we have anybody from the mayor's office on? Is T, I believe, is out of the office. Or Ty, I'm sorry, is out of the office. No one from the mayor's office, then we'll move forward with Office of Ward 2, Councilmember Brooke Pinto. We have Maddie White in the audience with us tonight. I'm going to put you here, and I'm going to try to get our camera working. Whatever you want to do. There's nothing broadcasting.
that will do it. Hi, everyone. I'm Maddie White from Councilmember Brooke Pinto's office. Just going to give a quick government update. I am here in person, so we'll just get started. I did share a presentation, commissioners, but if we can't pull it up, it's totally fine. I'll tell you about the presentation. I know this is the last meeting of the term, so I just wanted to start off by thanking Commissioner Strauss for your service to 2C and to all of DC. We're very thankful for your service, and congratulations, Commissioner Swart and Commissioner Groth. We're looking forward to working with you. Just on some swearing in details, it will take place on January 2nd at the Washington Convention Center. You will receive some details from the Office of ANCs. But if you cannot make the swearing in, Councilmember Pinto in our office is planning to conduct a virtual swearing in. This will be just ahead of the first Ward 2 ANC meeting of the month, which is going to be ANC 2E on Monday, January 6th at 6 p.m. So we strongly encourage you to attend the in-person swearing in on the 2nd. But if you'll be out of town and need to join on the 6th, please let us know and we'll get you those details. In my presentation, I included a photo of the opening of the Aston in the West End, which is a first of its kind non-congregate bridge housing site that will eventually have up to 100 residents. The goal of bridge housing is to have 24/7 case management with all meals provided in-house and a private indoor and outdoor communal space so that residents are able to build community. This space also allows adults of opposite genders to be in the same room. So a couple or an adult child living with a parent can now be in the same room, which has been a barrier for many people who have been chronically unhoused in DC. There was robust community input in the process. A community advisory team, also referred to as a CAT, including the ANC and Community Association, were really instrumental. That would be it in ensuring that the opening was finally reached. And so huge thank you to the Mayor's Office and the Department of Human Service for their collaboration on this. We know that there is a lot of work left to be done to get folks the needed care and into shelter and housing. But we are really hopeful that the Aston will be successful and can be replicated in the future. Commissioner-elect Groth, I know that you have a lot of questions for me regarding the Green Court site. I am in the process of working with the council member to get you some responses there. But we are taking these concerns very seriously and are working with the executive to find out more information as we move forward. I don't have the answer to all of your questions, but we're working on it and appreciate your advocacy on behalf of your constituents, and we'll continue to work together. Just giving a quick legislative update here. We are at the end of council period 25, which is a very busy time for the council. But just a few updates is last Monday, JPS, or the Committee on Judiciary and Public Safety, held their second oversight hearing on the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. They also heard and questioned Interim Director Quelly Sneed, who has been nominated as permanent director and has been serving in this role for the past year and a half after the passing of former director Linda Harley Harper. So that happened last Monday, and we also had a hearing on the Office of Unified Communications, which has been a huge priority of the council members this fall. This hearing was on technology and agency coordination, and we got some updates from OUC in improvements that they've had. So one of them is for tech outages. So last year we had 18 tech outages, and so now we have had 0 incidents this fall. There are now only 6 call taker vacancies, which is down from 36 call taker vacancies in June. And 91% of calls are being answered within 15 seconds or less. That's up from 62% of calls this summer. So Councilmember Pinto is remaining focused on continuing this progress to ensure that we have fast and accurate 911 call center in our district. Another one at Tuesday's legislative meeting last week, the council voted to move forward the Fraudulent Tag Enforcement Act. Does a lot of things, but most basically it establishes a clear and easily enforceable standard for the display of vehicle tags where they were previously non-existent. So this brings us into conformance with laws in Maryland and Virginia. We also move forward the Clean Act, which addresses trash overflow and rodent infestation, mainly by doing two things. It requires DPW to install adequate public litter and recycling cans in residential areas close to commercial corridors with input from the public and ANCs. And it mandates more regular waste collection from multifamily buildings. There's currently no requirement for frequency of trash collection from multifamily buildings. So this would change that to a twice weekly requirement. We also move forward a bill to give the Department for Hire Vehicles full oversight and enforcement over food and parcel delivery services, including enforcement of traffic laws, which I know has been a major issue in 2C with different types of food delivery. Councilmember Pinto's bill to ban child marriage for anyone under 18 was also moved forward, as did various permanent amplified noise bills, which we've discussed in the past. The next and final legislative meeting of the council period is December 17th, next Tuesday. So that's all from me. I'd be happy to take any questions. I also just wanted to give a heads up that we are going to have a budget forum in January in which any resident or ANC can come and present on their budget requests for the council. This will be a virtual forum in which everyone will get a certain amount of minutes and will be able to go on with the council member and share their budget update. So I'll provide that information as well as a graphic to be shared with constituents. Hopefully everyone heard my presentation.
So I have one question. I don't know if you know the answer, but I was in a meeting today with DC business people, and they talked about this new bill about dumpsters and garbage cans. And they were like, oh my gosh, you realize all these apartment buildings now have to buy new trash cans. And that the way that they enforce more frequent pickup is by requiring trash cans to be smaller. And they were beside themselves, like, what? You're gonna force everybody in the city to buy new trash cans? Like, but clearly that was, I know it's from Brianna Nadeau, and she's a progressive member of the council. I'm not sure she even cares that everyone who has a dumpster in the alley now has to buy a new one. And is that actually what she was thinking? She's hoping everyone in the city buys smaller new dumpsters, and that's her solution to rats. And it's all on the backs of people who own property. Like, the government isn't helping people buy new trash cans.
I don't have the exact answer, but I was also in a meeting earlier today when somebody
great.
brought that up.
You were there.
And, I was at the same meeting, and I know that that information was relayed directly to the council member. And today we were looking into that specifically and how it's going to affect folks who own multifamily properties and what exactly the requirements are and what that rationale is. I'm not sure, but I know that it will go for a second vote in front of the council, and during that period there will be time for different stuff to happen in that amendments and that sort of thing. So we'll check in on that, and we'll be sure to escalate that.
And when will that go back for a second reading?
The last meeting of the council period is Tuesday, December 17th.
The 17th, right?
Yes.
Will the final vote about the arena funding be this year or next year?
That is a great question. I have not seen the agenda for Tuesday. I do believe that they were planning to vote this Tuesday on the arena funding.
See, Nancy has a question.
Yeah, I do see a hand up from Nancy online.
Yeah, I loved your presentation. Could you email me that, please, Maddie?
Happy to,
One
yes.
of the slides was about where to call if there's a storm drain clogged, and I would have called 311, but there was a different number, so I'm also.
Yes, we have the direct number for DC Water to report those.
Okay, yes, and there was a map with different water districts. I'm nerdily engaged. Thank you for acknowledging that my constituents are still waiting for answers from our barrage of questions October 30th. Do you have a sense of timeline? Because I'm going to want to make sure that they're probably going to want to meet to talk about that with people from the council member's office once that's.
Absolutely. I don't have an exact timeline as we're in the end of the council period right now. There is a lot moving, but we are working on conversations with the executive in order to best answer those questions.
Right. I'm just
so I'll
trying
be
to know what to tell people when they ask, are we looking at,
Mhm.
mid-January, mid-February, just a ballpark.
I'll check in and see if I can get you a clearer update.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Maddie? Thank you so very much, Maddie, for being, oh, sorry.
Wait, one other thing, Nancy, I thought you were going to ask, any other updates on the Green Court shelter?
If I had any more information, I would share it at this time. I do not.
As far as I know, the RFP for the design contractor has not hit the streets yet. I keep looking every couple days.
Correct.
Yes,
We have not received.
it would be nice if they would email the solicitation to the commission involved, but
Absolutely. We will reach
I-
out to DHS. It would be good to have them at the next meeting, I think, to answer questions. And
yes, absolutely. And Maddie, if you get a hold of that solicitation, could you also forward that to me and vice versa?
yes, absolutely.
If I see it, I'll make sure you have it.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you and happy holidays. We will now move forward. I believe we're going to move forward with the downtown DC bid. I'm not sure if Lucas or Eloise is going to be presenting tonight.
It's going to be Eloise. Yeah.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone. I
evening.
wanted to share a slide.
You may share, I think.
Okay. Let's see if we can do this to make sure. Wow. Okay. Trying to see if you can. Wow. It's not. Let's see. I don't want to hold this up any longer. So what I'm gonna do is just, guess I'll have to talk about it, trying to get the slide up. There's a couple of things happening in the area with downtown DC today, or actually for the past month. I wanted to talk about the clean and safe data, which for the month of November, the trash collection, where we have over 19,000 bags that has been collected throughout the month. And then the collection over 1,014 of trash bags actually collected. And I'm sorry, 19,000 pounds that was also collected in reference to the graffiti and sticker remover. That you see our numbers are gone down, which means that process is going pretty well. So it's dropped some from 437 to 427, and we're constantly removing graffiti and stickers, unwanted sign and tagging. And then our safety team, we wanted to actually go into a little details about our safety team hours of completion over for the month of November, 120 hours. And then the bid personnel hours into Chinatown corridor and the support with all the amenities for pressure washing and throughout the holiday market, for watering plants, street sweeping, trash removal, sidewalk cleaning, and also our special projects team working closely throughout the area of the Penn quarters and the Capital One Arena for removing human waste. And then our safety team routes, I wanted to touch a little bit on the areas of where they are tagging and giving us updates for sending issues of concerns to us over the tagging stickers they've reported, 687. And then those checkpoints for the safety hub of our ambassadors were 500, over 500. And then the business wellness checks where they check in and working closely with the community and the police department as they bring back reports to us for our stakeholders and businesses to see if they are having any issues or concerns or other things that they would like to bring to our attention that we can either share in this meeting or with the police department of other concerns. It's been about 380 visits, and most of them have been of a little complaint. And I would have liked to have been able to get the slide up to show you what we're doing in conjunction with the new market that we have for the holiday market, that we have a larger footprint going on now for the market itself, and which will be lasting to December 23rd. In addition to our street sweeping task, and another addition that we have in the Chinatown corridor along 8th and I Street, so to speak, for the Anthem Row area, where we have our mistletoe mingle event that's been going on since November 7th. And then again, where it would be followed by November 14th. So if any of you are out and about next Saturday, then please do stop by. It starts, the hours of this event is from 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. Lots of stores and other properties, hotels, they're all partnering in the surrounding areas with us to make this a festive event. I wanted to just give a couple of more updates for our Chinatown focus, where our team for the safety hub has been roughly with us now. I'm going pretty strong over 8 months now. And then the bid, collecting the bid receipts, giving for FY 2025 Safety Corridor Grant, building strong communities and relationships, daily check-ins for what they do, establishing their presence and engaging with the local communities, cultivating strong partnerships to help us create a better and a more clean and safe, vibrant Chinatown corridor. And then wanting to touch a little bit on the pilot program in the Chinatown corridor, where it impacts our rollout across the entire bid. Just wanted to ask that anyone have any questions?
Thank you so much for the update. I'm sorry about the tech issues with sharing. If that's on our end, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask a question. You said the event with at
Anthem Row?
Anthem Row at I and 8th
Number
Street.
8, yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
number 8. What date was that? I'm sorry.
Well, our first launch was at November 7th, which was last Saturday.
Right.
And this Saturday coming up, which is the 14th, it'll start once again. It was a 2-weekend event, and the opening date of that event, or should I say time, for this upcoming Saturday. It's going to be 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. And
Thank you so much for that. And and I did want to say that this time of year and the holiday market is one of my favorite things that happens in downtown DC, and I am excited to see the footprint that is
Awesome.
there, and the booths, the vendors that are there. I think all of that is really going well, and I hope that the turnout has been high, since we've
It
had such
has.
great weather too.
Yeah,
So that's
Su-
awesome. I was there
surprisingly,
last evening.
yeah. Oh, so you were there this past Saturday?
Yes,
Oh, so nice turnout. The turnout has been for all the days even more than what we had. I would say we exceeded expectation.
excellent, excellent. That's great. Any commissioners, any questions for the bid?
No questions, but just again, congratulations. But with the new holiday market, I've been monitoring a lot of reviews online, and everyone they've been all the reviews have been wonderful, and you should be very happy with how successful it's been.
We are, and thank you. Please do come visit.
Absolutely. I have many more gifts to buy.
I think Lucas is wanting to, he's on and I think has a comment.
Oh, sure.
Lucas?
Hey everyone. No, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the continued support. We know that sometimes the closing of the streets and all the things that we're working on sometimes creates challenges for our stakeholders, our visitors, and the residents. And we appreciate the continued support. And we're working really hard to really continue to create a vibrant downtown DC that will drive people into our city and create economic impact that is positive. And thank you. And by the way, the event is December 7th and the 14th at Anthem Row. Stop by. It's a great photo opportunity, and we will be activating that space throughout the year as a part of the Streets for People grant. It's going to be an area that we will be putting a lot of focus on over the next year or so.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for that update. Any other questions for the downtown bed? All right. Thank you all so much. Have a happy holiday. And hopefully
Thank
we'll
you,
see
and
you
you-
at the holiday market or around and about.
Oh, we will, and hopefully we'll see you all at the event at Anthem Row on Saturday, the mistletoe
Awesome.
mango.
Sounds fantastic. We will now move forward. We have no local events that impact the community at this point. Does anybody happen to be on from the Secret Service this evening? I just want to remind folks that I've had some discussions with Secret Service regarding the inauguration, which is going to be coming up on January 20th. If you are living in the downtown area, I know that there will be an expanded footprint for security that goes a little farther than what we have seen in the past. To my understanding, there will be the anti-climb fences that will be going up, and that will be going from, surrounding Pennsylvania Avenue up to I Street in some locations. And this will be a restricted access area. More information will be coming out about this as details emerge. But I just wanted to put that is on our radar coming up for January 20th. And we'll be sending out information on the listserv as that becomes available as well, on where potential closures are going to be. It seems like we will have more residential buildings this year that are in that zone than we had in the past. So please stand tuned for that. Let's move forward with APCA licensing. We have Miss Littlemore's Washington, D.C. LLC. This is from 1100 to 1102 15th Street. This is ABRA number 130601 for a new retailer's Class C restaurant. And we have Manila on with us this evening, I believe.
Good evening, commissioners. Happy
Hey,
holidays, everyone. Thank
Happy
you so
holidays.
much for having us today. This is actually a new restaurant. It's taking over the Filatimo and Kaimaki space in Midtown Center. And per the placards, the indoor capacity of 260, Summer Garden with 50 seats, and a total capacity of 64. So total indoor and outdoor is 324. Our hours of operation for inside will be 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. Our hours of operation for the outdoor summer gardens will be Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 a.m., Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. And we are requesting an indoor entertainment endorsement only. And those hours will be Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 a.m., Friday, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. And I'm also joined with Victoria Simmerling and Darren Hines from Miss Littlemore's, who can introduce the concept, and we'd be happy to answer any questions or concerns the community may have.
Absolutely, that'd be great. And I'm sorry I pronounced the name wrong when I was.
Oh, not at all.
Hi, everyone. My name is Darren Hines. Oh, sorry about that. I lost my camera here. Hi, how are you? Hope everyone's
Very
doing
well, thank you. Don't feel bad about losing your camera. We have all kinds of tech issues, please.
I'm not sure if Victoria's on the
Sorry,
line.
there we go. I'm on too.
Sure. Victoria will do our
Our spiel. Yeah, we're very excited to be in the market. Love the neighborhood, and the space is beautiful. Lots of great things around. But the concepts that we're bringing, as some of you might be familiar with, it's a bit of a two-part space, kind of with a walkway in between. But it is going to be a globally inspired Mediterranean seafood concept. Lots of different, really exciting spices and flavors from around the world, kind of pulling from a lot of our team's personal background and histories, and kind of bringing all of that together in a really exciting opening for us as a culmination of some longstanding partnerships and experience in the industry. That's kind of the main restaurant concept. There's a beautiful private dining room upstairs that we hope to entertain many groups and people in, that can be multifunctional for different types of events and group sizes. And then the kind of smaller space is a bit more of a lounge hangout area, a bit smaller food, similar concept in terms of food style, but just a little bit more laid back and relaxed. I'm happy to answer any other questions. I'm not sure what else is required for you all to.
Awesome. I can't wait. That sounds amazing. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Can you let me know a little bit more about the name and where it comes from?
Yeah, so the name is actually, I mean, Darren, this might be a little bit easier for you to speak to. We're actually potentially wanting to do a different name for one of the spaces and kind of working on that. So we're being a little bit hesitant. I don't know if that matters today or not so much, but it's sort of a long story from Darren's side, that we're kind of thinking about it still, if that in honest truth.
The name started in Toronto, COVID times. Our group wanted to do a pop-up of Caribbean food. That word, Licklemores, is a word that means see you soon kind of thing. Like welcome, like it's a welcoming word. Hoping to see someone again very soon. We did a pop-up. It did extremely well. So we moved that to a brick and mortar, bigger, more of a fancier space. It's been doing great for us, and we wanted to come into the States with it. Um, but we wanted to change the menu a bit. The menu we felt like it was limiting to what it was. We wanted to add a lot more things onto it that wouldn't actually go with our brand. So that's the only thing we're at now. Do we want to increase the menu size and keep the name, or, you know,
Start fresh.
start fresh?
With some roots in there
Yeah,
from our
yeah.
old concept.
Kind of
but-
inspired from the original, but we want to kind of veer off a bit. And these are the discussions we've been having back and forth now for a couple months, because there's a lot more that we want to do that kind of doesn't fit our menu the way it is now. And the more we do, the more we taste, the more we want to add. And it's just kind of the brand is getting a little, it's affecting the brand a bit. So we're just kind of stuck in that space now of where to go with it.
And we always, I mean, we've got lots of different kind of concepts, but adapting a space to the right market and the right neighborhood and what fits for where we choose to occupy is really important to us. So it takes a little bit, and we take a lot of learnings from who's around and whatnot. But that, in combination with having a lot of great access to other ingredients and things that we don't get to necessarily use in Toronto, has kind of shifted that a little bit. So
the more we learn about the area, the more about the market, like there's a lot more open to us than we expected, and that's kind of changed our chef's point of view on things. So that's where the indecision is a bit. It's the basis of it, everything is there, but we just want to add a little more, and that might
That's
affect
great.
that
That's
part.
great. I actually grew up in Toronto, so I'll be going back.
Oh, no way.
for-
Yeah.
visit my
Cool.
parents in Vancouver, so-
What area? Well, what area were you in?
Little Italy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
We have a cocktail bar in Little Italy. That's kind of funny.
Right.
Called Miss Robinson. It does really well.
Awesome. This sounds like a great concept. We have a hand up, Nancy.
Hi, so 1102 15th Street, that's on the 15th Street side of Midtown Center, am I? Geographically close?
That's correct, Nancy. It's the 15th Street side, right by L. It's the big glass partition where Filatimo used to be.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, this is very exciting and a great addition to the other cuisines in the complex, so that I'm excited.
That's great.
But I'm also a power wheelchair user, and I've been disappointed in other spaces in the Midtown complex that for a brand new construction were not handled very graciously or well. So I'm just curious, did your architect do an ADA review of your plans and build out of the space? I was never in there when it was Filatimo, so.
Yes, they most definitely have. There's a bar on each side, and both of those have the ADA counters and all of the turn circles. And we had to get up to speed a little bit with some differences from what we're used to with similar laws in Canada. But our architect has vetted all of that and made sure that we're compliant with all of that.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to coming.
We can't wait to host you.
Awesome. This sounds awesome. And were you also asking for a stipulated license? I can't remember.
No, thank you so much, Commissioner. No stipulated license needed.
Okay. I think this is terrific. Any other questions from community?
Hey,
I would like to.
this is Lucas.
Oh, sorry, Lucas. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to welcome you guys to DC, and really, if you need anything, please send me an email to lucas@downtowndc.org. We're the Business Improvement District. If there's anything we could help with along the way. I also was a restaurateur for the last 17 years before joining the bid. So please reach out. I would love to connect and hear more about your journey, and then see how we could help along the way. It's Lucas with a K, Lukas at downtowndc.org.
That would be great. We're trying to pick as many brains as we possibly can.
Yeah, please. I would love to connect with your group. And I've been around the food scene in DC for a long time, and then also being at the Business Improvement District, I think we could provide a lot of support and insight into DC.
That would be great.
Yeah, wonderful. We're very humble coming in, knowing that it's not our backyard, but hoping to make it feel like that soon enough. So any support, everyone's been really, really wonderful so far, but that's very kind of you to offer. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to move that we send a letter of support for this establishment for the new retailer's Class C restaurant license.
Second?
Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. All those in favor? I have 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that, even though you can't see them. I swear I did.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you very
and
much.
we'll get that off and we'll copy you all on that email. Then we
Thank
send it
you
off
so
to
much, Commissioner.
Thank
Happy
you. Looking
holidays.
forward to it.
Here, happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Next, we will move forward with transportation and public space. We have 2 GDOT items this evening to discuss. Is anybody on from GDOT?
Yes, I'm here, Commissioner.
Hi, how are you? Are you talking about both?
No, just the one for Christine here.
Okay, gotcha. So we're going to start with the other one, which is the 350 12th Street Northwest location. This is an NOI 24-315 TOA. This is the installation of a new hotel guest loading zone, and this is at the Waldorf Astoria. I will just display the NOI here for us so that we can see the NOI here. This is going to be occurring, according to the NOI, this is going to be occurring on 12th Street at the 350 12th Street for the Waldorf Astoria, which is, according to the map, kind of right along the side here of the hotel, right adjacent to the property. There is an entrance there at that location. This hotel does not currently have a loading zone in place, and it makes complete sense to move forward with this, in my opinion. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments, feelings about this? It's a loading zone for the hotel at 350 12th Street. It's on 12th.
Isn't that major for us, sir?
It's coming from Virginia to the city. Yes. Into downtown. Yes. Yeah, removing parking spaces so they don't double park in the space. Any community comments or concerns? Oops. Nancy, go ahead, Nancy. I'm sorry.
Just a question. So this is in addition to there's like a kind of a circular drive access on the other side of the hotel, if I remember right, that accesses to where like your large meeting or space is, that then attaches to the hotel. So this would be on the 12th Street side.
That is correct.
And will this provide a wheelchair accessible entrance on that 12th Street side? I don't believe there's one now.
I'm just trying to envision the space. I do not believe there is
I don't think there's a public entrance there.
there is a public
There
entrance
is, okay.
to the hotel. I do not, I am not 100% certain, but I do not believe that there is a wheelchair accessible ramp there, but I
There
could be
used to be
wrong.
one on the 12th Street side under the previous tenant, shall we say? But it was always locked.
Got
There
it.
was no way to get somebody to open the door for you if you couldn't go up the steps to get the doorman to open the door for you.
Oh, I do not know that to be
Okay,
100% certain with that.
but
It's a
but
great question to ask.
having a hotel guest loading zone on for people to debark from vehicles of all types would presumably raise the profile of the public entrance, and
Yeah.
all for the good, I would assume.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think we should include that in the letter. I would like to move that we send a letter of support for this NOI and highly encourage that there is necessary accommodation at this entrance for wheelchair accessible wheelchair accessibility if there's not already. Nancy, you said you believe there is one there?
Years ago, there was
one.
that was the only accessible way into the building, but it was always locked.
Yeah.
And then the last time I looked for that door, either I didn't find it or it's been repurposed to some other purpose. But if they're now going to put in a public entrance on that side, then hopefully that means that they will comply.
Yes.
Nancy, the main way into the hotel is on the other side of the building, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is just an
Additional
additional entrance.
stop, right?
Yes, on the other side, there's a ramp down into the lower level, and you can also enter through the kind of portal that goes to their like big ballroom and big meeting space addition is also connected to the main hotel.
So I would like to move forward with the motion on the floor to send a letter of support for this with the accessibility clause added to it.
We need to add, if physically feasible, given the tight space here.
Sure, we can add that.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So amended.
So amended.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. All those in favor? So 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that to move forward with that. All right.
Thank
next
you.
up, you're welcome. Thank you for the comment there as well. Moving forward with the transportation and public space, we have safety improvements at 6th Street Northwest and D Street Northwest. This is NOI 24300-PESD. And do you want me to share the NOI?
I can share it.
Okay, got it. You're
Okay.
on. Go for it.
Thank you. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can see. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Amha Kalamorg. I'm the project manager for this location. This NOI was issued under a post-fatal crash safety treatment. We issued this NOI for mainly 2 things: for changing the parking on Indiana Avenue between 7th Street and 6th Street into angle parking, and no turn on red signs at 6th and Indiana, as well as 6th and D Street. This change is in response to a fatal crash that occurred on June 3rd, 2024. As part of that treatment, we're adding no turn on red signs, changing the like I mentioned, the angle between the parking into angle parking between Indiana and 6th Street, and intersection daylighting, that is parking setback 25 feet from crosswalks to increase pedestrian visibility, as well as we'll be adding retroreflective backplates. Those are the yellow strips around traffic signals. The reason behind changing the parking arrangement on Indiana to angle parking is to reduce the existing widths. Right now, Indiana Avenue is 42 feet wide, curb to curb. With parking on both sides, we have about 26 feet long, wide travel lane that can encourage speeding and dangerous behaviors. So with the angle parking, we will reduce it to about 12 feet, as well as add 15 more parking spots. So that is the summary of the NY, and I apologize for mislabeling 6th Street as Q Street on the NY. If you have any questions, happy to take them.
So this is down near the, it's before the courthouse?
Yes.
Area? Okay. And I'm just envisioning this area. And there's not angled parking there now? Or is that a little angled parking starts further down?
Yeah. After 6th Street on Indiana, it's angled parking.
And this is going to continue? I believe it's back end only there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Got it. I think I do not have any concerns or reservations about this if we can improve public safety with this. I'm just curious on why is the change to angled parking to just to decrease the lane width, or?
Yes. So sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So the reason is, one, it would reduce speeding potentially within that block. Second is it will reduce the crossing distance for pedestrians. So
got it.
Yeah, that is the topic.
Got it. Okay. Any commissioners, do you have any questions or concerns?
I don't. I think it seems like it's going to increase the amount of parking on that street, which I'm sure everyone would appreciate, since there's not as many places to park downtown, and there's already angle parking right across the street anyway on the other side of 6th Street. So I think, I don't see a problem with that. And yes, it is a very wide street.
Yeah. Terrific. Any community concerns? Oh, I have a couple of community hands going up. We have, first we have Alex. Oh, Alex's hand is down. We have James. Oh, Alex is back. Okay.
Sorry,
Alex.
can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Oh, perfect. I apologize. I appreciate the timing here only because we're the next presenter on the agenda, and we recently purchased the office building right there in the middle of the screen. So thank you for presenting, Aman. I'd love to connect with you further on this. You know, we've had a PDRM with DDOT about our proposed project that I'll talk about in just a moment when we get to the next agenda item. In general, I think organizing the parking further in Indiana is great. Just want to make sure we understand what's happening right in front of the building, as our proposal is for converting that office building to a hotel. And we're going to be discussing some potential pickup and drop off locations right there in Indiana. So excellent timing.
Okay.
Awesome. That is terrific. Thank you. And we have James.
Hi, thank you. This looks pretty cool. I think it makes like the streets safer, and also increases parking. So it's like a two birds with one stone. So I don't know, it seems like a great idea. I just had a more general question in that how do these sorts of like initiatives or projects begin? Like what, like I think you said like a fatal car crash sort of sparked the need for this. I'm just saying this. I'm a statistician. I work at FEMA. In my spare time, I do some like statistical projects with city data. And I downloaded like the traffic crash data. And I've been doing some like mapping of that. I've created like some heat maps. And it seems like a pretty like low stress area, like relative to other I think there are like some big problem areas in our ward. This seems like a pretty okay, like relatively okay area. Do you have like other initiatives like this going on, and like what is sort of impetus for things like this?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, this is a post-fatal effort for major injury and post-fatal crash. My team I would handle quick safety treatments that could be installed within a matter of weeks or months, with pending weather, of course. And we also have other treatments that are for vulnerable road users that are selected based on crash, equity, and different other factors. So we have different projects, I guess if we say programs for selecting these locations. This just happened to be one of our post-fatal crashes that we're trying to address with quick build capacity.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks for the question, James. Okay, I'd like to move that we send a letter of support for this NOI.
Second?
Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. Again, all those in favor? 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that. So thank you very much. We will get off your letter of support.
Thank you. Happy
Thanks so
holidays.
much. Same to you. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here. We will now move forward with planning, zoning, environment, and historic preservation. This is 601 Indiana Avenue. And this is the introduction of the new owner of this building. And I see Alex is on, or Alex, or is Tyler also joining us?
Taylor's actually in the air at the moment, so
Taylor.
I'm here on behalf of.
Absolutely.
All good. Yep. No, I'm here on behalf of ownership and development here. Excited to introduce all of you to our proposed project, 601 Indiana. Taylor and Sam, my partners, had the pleasure of meeting with Thomas, and appreciated the introduction to you all. This is a photo of the office building at 601 Indiana as it sits today. This is the northwest corner of Indiana Avenue and 6th Street Northwest. This building is empty today. It's completely vacant. The government tenants have left, and the Aubon Penn left a couple years ago. We are in the planning stage. Here's an aerial to see where this is located. We are in the planning stages of converting this office building to a hotel, approximately 122 rooms, with a ground floor lobby and a small restaurant and bar area at the corner where the Aubon Penn used to be. We've applied to both CFA and HPRB and have had discussions with them. We intend to retain the existing limestone facade at their direction. They view the building as having some historical interest and significance. We look forward to hopefully replacing the windows and improving the patio, which is part of the conversations we have been having with DDOT and other city agencies. This is an aerial view of the patio as it sits today. Another view of the patio today, and more of a plan of how we envision the patio going forward. More accessible here at this side, And here we have a lot of grade to contend with coming down the hill. And so trying to create the most accessible entry points. This is more of a very gradual grade change here. We don't even need a ramp to the entrance of the hotel, and then another entrance here up to the restaurant and bar. And we'll have an accessible lift within the hotel to get to the two different levels of the lobby level, because there's two different grades inside the lobby. But overall, wanted to just share this with you, introduce the project at a high level. We have many months of planning and design and permitting to go before we're able to start construction. But happy to answer any initial questions anyone has. I'm very excited to join the community here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I have two questions. One, your entrance is going to be on which street?
The entrance will be on Indiana, very close to where it is today. Yes.
Got it. Okay, where it is today. Got it. And did you say that historic preservation said about retaining the limestone?
Yes, the building was built in the early 60s, and there's not a lot of buildings of this style left in the city. And their preference was that we retain the limestone panels. We had proposed to them, you can see from this view, the windows inside the building are a little bit limiting. We considered perhaps providing more light into what will be, the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And we discussed with them the possibility of removing the facade and doing a different design. Their preference, based on the age of the building and the limited nature of this style remaining in the city, was that we retain the panels and replace the glass only instead.
Huh. That's I'm okay.
Could we propose that we maintain one side of the elevation and then let you do what you will with the other sides? I mean, we don't need all three sides to, I don't think we need to retain all three sides. I think maybe one side should be enough.
Yeah, I don't know. This is not why we're here today.
I mean, we can't recommend, we can't make our own
No,
recommendation.
I don't mean to, I was actually kind of surprised that they made that recommendation to you. I would think that it would be advantageous to open it for the space. But this is great. And you're planning on putting in, or you're considering, correct me if I heard you correctly, you're considering requesting a hotel drop-off zone there on Indiana potentially.
Yes. So I don't know if you can see my cursor, so I'll draw a little box here. But
yeah,
right there today is motorcycle parking metered. And so what we are proposing to do is the spots that are a little bit further west, closer to 7th, we would remove one or two car spots there and move the motorcycle parking down so that there still is motorcycle parking if that's what DDOT would prefer. And then that zone right there in front would become our pickup and drop off zone.
that's great. That's awesome. Well, this is very exciting. I think this will be a great addition. That area there there's not many hotels right there. That's kind of I think a great location for this. So at this point, you're just coming to do an introduction about the project. Will you be when you file for your the official historic preservation, proposal, I guess you will come back to us for a letter of support at that time? Or are you requesting that now?
Yep. We have not officially requested one yet.
Right.
If you're in support of the project, I'm certainly not going to request that you not submit a
Right.
letter of support for us. But they haven't requested one, and so we didn't request one of you either. We've had a couple preliminary conversations, and I don't know, because we are intending to follow their request of maintaining the limestone panels, I'm not sure the extent to which they intend to review. So the historic preservation review may become more limited, and we may not need the official letter.
Got it. Got it. And this area is already zoned for a hotel? For the
Yes,
building site?
our project is completely by right.
By right. Okay. Perfect. That's great. This is awesome. This is very exciting. That this is happening, and we are happy if you in the future, if letters of support are needed, we are happy to do that as well. I'm going to suggest to the commissioners that we include in the previous NOI for 24,300 TSED, that we include a statement that this property is being converted to a hotel, and that the first couple of spaces on that street will probably be requested for hotel drop-off, just so that is documented in the record for you as well.
Yeah, we hugely appreciate that.
And that would go to DOT, right?
That would go to DDOT, yes.
DDOT, right. Yeah,
DDOT.
DDOT, right.
Terrific.
Okay. Could we also send the historic preservation review board a little note saying we would like them to reconsider? Allowing them to retain that.
Are you officially requesting that?
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean,
I don't know the.
Alex, you're not asking us to. You're happy with the design. You're happy with what historic preservation review is asking, right? That won't impact your overall. What they're asking won't impact your overall your long-term success, correct?
No, we've had a great dialogue with them. I fully appreciate the diverging opinions here on the design direction, but we've had great dialogue with them and are happy to proceed, with their recommendation.
Okay, very good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Alex, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And welcome to the neighborhood.
Oh, do we have to vote on it or no?
Thank you all for your time. Very much appreciate it.
Awesome. Terrific. Next on our agenda is an applicant's request for a 2-year extension on BZA order 18878. This is someone representing the establishment or the property. Okay. Then I recommend that we be mute on the issue.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The final item we have on the agenda is related to a new storefront signage. This is located at the Chinatown Express. This is a Chinatown design review request for Chinatown Express at 746 6th Street. That's a tongue twister tonight. and the installation of these new signs. Is anybody representing the establishment with us? Okay, I can show the request. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, we can do these without folks present for those. Let me figure out where'd my Zoom go. Here it is. Okay. Whoops. No. Where did I push myself out? No, I did not. Where is? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. I am sharing the proposal here. This is the location of the property. This is on 6th Street. They had I believe they had a fire here earlier this year or late last year. I don't remember. Sometime there was a fire at this location, and it looks like they are in the process of renovating the property. This is with so this would be the installation of the new letters, which would be on the sign, as you can see here, Chinatown Express, and the required Chinese characters being in the Chinatown community. Oops. I'm gonna zoom in.
No, it looks pretty good to me.
And I would just open up another view here for us.
Oh, no, I was reading.
Oh, no, okay. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure you have time.
That's good.
This is another view of the signage that would be there. It looks like the lettering is 13 inches across the top. They're maintaining the green awning or the green outside that they currently have. And this would be going into that space with channel style lettering.
That's good.
I think that this meets all the criteria that we are required to have. So I'd like to move that we send a letter of support for the Chinatown Express 746 6th Street, the installation of the new store front
Oh,
sign.
Nancy has a question.
Nancy, I'm sorry, missed you.
Boy, am I tired of nagging already. If they're redoing the front entrance, will it be wheelchair accessible?
It definitely should be wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
I would
Welcome.
assume that requirement would be that it should be, but you are exactly correct in suggesting that. I am happy to send a second letter associated with that to the establishment.
Fabulous.
But this is not related to the signage issue, but thank you. I will certainly take that on, asking that.
Going forward, I have a way down my list agenda to clone myself into every commission.
Absolutely. This is great. I appreciate that. It is absolutely correct. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other accessible entrance there or not. I'm just not aware of it in that location. But it's a great question.
I'll look next time I'm down there. I've never been in there. A lot of those
Yeah.
are so tight at
Yes.
the entrance that it's just not.
Yeah.
If it's not readily achievable, yeah, okay, but we should ask
Yeah.
for the record.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. So I'd like to move that we send a letter of support for the signage at this location.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. All those in favor? So 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that. So we will, that will also pass. So we'll send a letter of support for that. I have no other items of business on the agenda this evening. Commissioners, do you have any other items? Okay. Then I would like to just remind folks that our next meeting will be on Tuesday, January 14th, 6 p.m. This will be the first meeting of our new commission and our new commissioners. We will be conducting an intro with those commissioners and a process to introduce them to the commission and the activities that we'll be undertaking in the next couple of months. I do have a question on the floor. You have a what? Oh, sure. We have an item that you want to talk so people can hear us here, if you don't mind. Oops.
I'm Richard Wong from the 1882 Foundation, and I want to make the community aware that the 1882 Foundation with the Hong Si Lion Dance Troupe is planning to bring in the Lunar New Year midnight of January 28th with a parade through Chinatown. I spoke with Lucas in downtown Bid as to whether I need a permit, and he said that as long as I keep the activity on the sidewalk and not obstructing traffic, I wouldn't need a permit. I shared the parade route with Linda Boone from MPD. So we'll have a discussion on that, and hopefully we'll get MPD support during the hour parading through Chinatown.
And that's starting at midnight to 1 a.m.?
Midnight to 1 a.m. on the 28th.
Got it.
Lunar New Year is the 29th. So we want to bring back an old tradition that has been long gone in the DC area for decades. January.
Yes. I think that is fantastic. I think that's awesome. And I do apologize for missing that. Thank you for being here and bringing that up. I would, it's a great question about permits for that. I would like I think that as a commission, we should probably send a letter of support for this, so that, because I have a feeling that it's going to get hung up somewhere at 12 a.m. Something just in my head saying that it's going to get hung up, but I think that it sounds great.
Okay, great
to do this.
Thank you.
So I would like to move that we send a letter of support. What did the Lunar New Year?
The Lunar New Year is January 29th.
Right. But
The
what did
parade
you
will be
call
the midnight?
What did you call the event? The lion dance?
Well, the lion dance troupe is the Hong Si, HUNGCI, lion dance troupe.
Yeah.
With the 1882 Foundation. Yes. We'll
condos.
Well, yeah, the residents will be Gallery Place.
The Gallery Place,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll do that.
So,
The next meeting.
so I would like to move that we send a letter of support for this activity on January 28th at
midnight
for the Lunar New Year.
Second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. And all those in favor. So 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that. I will send this letter to you. If you need it, feel free to use it.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to help support in any way that we can in this. But I think it's wonderful to bring back that tradition.
Thank you.
Awesome. Terrific. With no further business, I'd like to move that we adjourn our meeting. Seconded by Commissioner Strauss. Awesome. Thank you all so very much for joining us. I am going to send an email and get our tech issue fixed for our next meeting. Thank you all for being here this evening, and we look forward, have a very safe and holiday season, and wishing you a healthy new year. Thanks so much.
Have a good night.
Good night.
What's the route you're going to go on? Yeah, I can follow. Should we do that again?